Okay, hi. So we are just waiting a few minutes for people to log in. It's now 6 minutes past 3.
So we are giving some extra times for the participants to access to the FB Live.
Yes. We see people are logging in. Looks good.
So maybe we give another 1-2 minutes, and then before we start.
Sure. Just say hi to us in the comment box. If you're here.
Yes, for those who have already
like, share.
You are welcome to share with your friends, your colleagues, your business associates about this FB Live.
Hello, what? Okay, we have some love. Maybe we can start soon. I think for people who are already connected, we are not going to let them wait for too long. Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi everybody. I'm Sophie. I'm here with Tan. Today we will be presenting our solution for ISO 9001 standard document control. So of course, all throughout the session, you are more than welcome to post any comment or question in the comment box. Our team will answer you throughout the conference. And then we will end up the session by a Q&A session, and we will also send you the report of all the Q&As that we've gotten. So please let us know your email if you want to just put your email in the comment box or send us a PM, and we will send you everything, all our details. So be sure to also stay till the end, because we have a surprise for you. We will tell you more about this at the end, so stay tuned. So Tan, do you want to start presenting your solution?
Yes, thank you very much, Sophie. So let's move on. Okay, when we are talking about implementing of ISO document management system and so on and so forth, especially for those who are implementing it using the traditional paper-based Sophie, it's quite common when people are having trouble with the ISO document control. In fact, a lot of them are getting, NCR or corrective action requests about the document control during the ISO audit. And these are pretty much happen in the industry nowadays.
Yeah, so I don't know, does this sound familiar to you? Because if you have any problems with your standard procedure, you can let us know in your comments. And so, Tan, what would be the common challenges of ISO paper-based document control then?
Sophie, when people are using the paper-based document control, normally they have the problems like it's so difficult to keep track on the document update, the document changes, and then problem like the document are not up to date, for example, that the document has been approved, and as required in the ISO document control, you need to give the latest copy to your colleagues or different departments so that people are always referred to the most updated document. But the problem is, even though sometimes I have already passed the document to you, but you may have misplaced the document. So there may be some argument saying that, hey, I didn't get the document from you, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And also, it is quite common where, let's say 1 week, 2 weeks before the ISO audit, where people start to get together, they didn't do any other thing, just to sit down together to make sure that they can amend the document, revise the document, make sure those documents are up to date, just to prepare for the ISO audit. By right, these kind of activities supposed to be carried out, throughout the years. Instead of 1-2 weeks before the ISO audit, then only spend those kind of so-called unproductive time to sit down together and do this kind of work. And also it may cause human errors that lead to non-conformant requests for ISO document control during the ISO audit. There are also problems like, people talking about it is so labor intensive, because for ISO document control in ISO, everything that you do, you must record it, right? So small things that you make changes in your ISO procedure, your work instructions, your quality manual, so on and so forth, you need to make sure that you amend it, you send it for review, you send it for approval. After you approve it, you must update it in the document master list, and you need to make sure that you get the obsolete document back from different departments, so that you want to make sure that nobody refer to the old document. Yeah, so all these kind of things are very time consuming, and that's why we say it is so many tedious steps that we need to go through, even though for one single small changes that we make in the ISO procedure, that throughout the activity, it may cause miscommunications among the colleagues. Right? Other things, example like you want to make sure that everybody have the copies to access to, whenever they need to refer to the ISO procedure or work instructions. But how many copies can you prepare? Unless you are willing to spend a lot of money on the paper printing, photocopying, so on and so forth. Otherwise, you may have an issue where you have limited copies of document to refer to. Another example would be a lot of ISO document in ISO procedure, they are interrelated between one and another. For example, the document control procedure might be related to record control procedure. So another example would be the sales department procedure might be interrelated with the finance department document as well. So if I'm from HR department, I want to refer a document from, let's say, procurement department, I need to look for that document, and I may have to go to the procurement department to look for that document. So these kind of things that it makes people it is so inconvenient, to implement ISO. And there are issues where document misplaced, document missing, so on and so forth. And the worst thing is, it requires a lot of storage space, in order for you to keep those printed documents. Yeah.
So yes, we can see that there are a lot of problems with that procedure, and so what would be the solutions for this document control?
Yeah, that is the reason why we are having this Facebook Live event today. That is to introduce to the audience the NIIX ISO document control software, where NIIX ISO DMS document management system have been developed according to the requirement of ISO document control for any type of ISO standards, be it ISO 9001, ISO 14001, TS 16949, ISO 27001, you name it. Any type of ISO standard, you will be able to use NIIX ISO document management system to manage either single or multiple ISO standards within one solution itself. Yeah. And the good thing is the system has been well recognized and well accepted by ISO certification body to be used in the ISO audit. Maybe, Sophie, I can share with you and also our audience some background or the history of document management system. NIIX ISO DMS has been launched in the market since year 2005. So it has been 15 years in the industry. And in the past 15 years, we have served more than thousands of organizations worldwide that include small and medium enterprise, multinational companies, and as well as government agencies.
Sounds impressive. Do you think you can tell us more about some of your customers?
Sure. We have clients from worldwide that include US, Belgium, Japan, Germany, Sweden, UAE, Southeast Asia, so on and so forth. For example, we have the company from Japan called Shinetsu, where they are the world largest manufacturer of wafer. They have been using the system since 2005, have been 15 years. We also have another Japanese company called Shinko Electronics, where they are the semiconductor company. We also have the company from Swiss, DKSH. We also have the steel manufacturer from Belgium, it's called Victor Bach. We even have the surgery gown manufacturer from Japan is called MediPro, where they are the top 3 in the world that produce the surgery gown. We also have a company from US, it's called Amphenol, where they are the manufacturer of antenna for Boeing. And we also have clients from Germany like Troselen, we have Hokuden, so on and so forth. Now, a lot of people, they thought, hey, if I want to implement a system, my company needs to be huge enough so that I can implement the software. But the actual fact is no. In fact, if you look at our client base, we have clients from multinational company. We also have clients from small and medium enterprise. In fact, when the company is small, a lot of employees, they are multitasking. So you really need a software, a system, to help you to make yourself more productive instead of do the work manually. That's why we also have clients from some small and medium enterprise, so on and so forth. I also would like to share with you, Sophie, that the NIIX ISO document management system have been well recognized and well accepted by ISO certification body to be used in the ISO audit. Because they can see that how the system can make the document control much easier, much convenient during the ISO audit itself. So certification body like Intertech Moody, IOS, SIRIM, and you name it, any other ISO certification body, they are very well accepted the system, to be used during the audit, the ISO audit.
That's quite impressive, I must say. So I think we have a presentation, a small video after that to show you how how NIIX will help you to implement the
Yes, that's correct.
certification.
Let's play a video here to share with our audience, for them to have a better understanding about how the system works.
ISO 9000 is a set of international standards and guidelines of quality management systems. There are many advantages associated with adaptation of ISO 9000, such as cost savings, customer satisfaction, access to new markets, increased market share, continual improvement. But in the real practice, does ISO 9001 really help to improve the organization? Unfortunately, most of the answer is definitely no. One of the major common problems faced by an ISO certified organization is too heavy emphasis on documentation, such as time taken to create, revise, review, approve, and distribute the process across the organization, and to get ready for a tough and demanding surveillance audit. Some department heads spent a few months of unproductive work on ensuring ISO documentation compliances instead of implementing ISO 9000. Now, NIIX proudly brings to you the ISO Document Management System, which is specifically developed according to ISO document control requirements for ISO 9001, ISMS 27001, ISO 14001, ISO TS 16949, and any other ISO standards. It offers fully automated workflow for document creation, review, approval, update document master list. Support multiple ISO standards within one system, automated archiving of obsolete documents and document versioning control, tracking of document change record, cross-referencing a document across departments, enabled supporting documents in various file formats, including images, audio, video, PDF, etc., automated email notification reminders on pending processes. The software has served thousands of organizations worldwide since 2005, including both public sector and private sector. You can easily transfer all your existing ISO documentation to NIIX ISO Document Management System by simple copy and paste from the original format in Microsoft Word or Excel, and the system will automatically convert them to images for users to view in an internet browser. It eliminates the problem of documents being copied by unauthorized personnel. Eliminate delay and hassle from the documentation control. Eliminate non-conformance requests related to document control from ISO audit. Most importantly, NIIX ISO Document Management System is a proven system and has been widely accepted for ISO audit by various ISO certification bodies worldwide.
So we're back on. So Tan, how would you say that the NIIX ISO DMS would help in today's business environment?
Yeah, Sophie, if you look at today's business environment, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, with some countries that they lock down the country and where people are not able to go to work, and then it comes with the new normal where people start to have the practice of work from home, social distancing, so on and so forth. And then if you look at during the lockdown, for the companies that big traditional paper-based company, they were facing the problem where they were not able to access to the data or the document that they need to, right? For the companies that have been implementing a good system, like document management system, so on and so forth, they didn't face that kind of problem, where, because they can still able to access to those documents, But for those traditional paper-based companies, that was the problem that they were facing. Okay, so with NIIX ISO document management system being a web-based system, it allows the employees with the authorized employees, with those proper authenticated login ID, the password, and so on. As long as they have the internet, then they will be able to securely access to the document management system and continue their work as normal. There is no such problem where, hey, I cannot get into the system, the document, the data, then I was not able to work.
Network.
Yes, exactly.
So, can you show us more in detail how it works?
Sure. Let's take a look. As I mentioned earlier, the NIIX ISO document management system is a web-based, so it will be installed at the server. Okay, let's say in ISO, the process owner, the document process owner, they prepare the document, and then they can send the document to reviewers, maybe to their supervisors for review, either single or multiple reviewers. Okay, when they send the document for review, the good thing is they can set the time frame. For example, let's say the document is urgent, is important. Maybe they can set the time frame 1 day or 2 days, where the reviewer, they will have to review and feedback the document back to the process owner, within the given time frame. So when first the document has been sent for review, system will automatically send the email notification to the reviewers. So there is no such thing of saying that I didn't know I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that. So let's say if the reviewer didn't give any feedback during the time frame given by the process owner, the system will automatically send the email notification reminder every day, in a daily basis until the reviewer completed their task. Okay, so let's say the document has been reviewed and has been agreed by the reviewers. The system will automatically notify the process owner, the document owner, saying that, hey, the document has been reviewed, either it has been approved or it has been rejected. Let's say the document has been reviewed and no issue by the reviewers. The next step is the process owner or the document owner, they can send the document to the final approval, to approve the document. Same thing, regardless of whether the final approver is the GM, the general manager, or the director, or the CEO, you can still set the time frame for them to complete their task, right? So if the CEO or the final reviewer didn't feedback to the process owner, same thing, the system will automatically send reminder, in a daily basis until the CEO complete their task. Yeah. So once the document has been approved, the system will automatically treat things as required in ISO document control. First is you must update it in your document master list so that everybody can access to it. Second, you must have set the document revision control. Okay. Number 3 is you must notify all your colleagues saying that, hey, there is a new document has been approved. Now, assume if you do it manually, how much time that you need to spend to do all this tedious thing. But with ISO document management system, it will automatically update the document master list. It will automatically update the document revision number. It will also automatically send the email notification to all the users within the system itself to say that, hey, there's a new document has been approved, a new document has been revised and approved, and so on. Yeah. So this is the workflow. As I mentioned earlier, it has been developed according to the ISO document control requirements. In other words, that it makes the life much easier.
Yes, it sounds like it. So maybe you can show us
the demo
on
of the system?
on the demo, yes.
Sure.
Online demo, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's say here, this is the login page. Okay. We have the user to log into the system, key in the organization number, just like how we log into, for example, the online banking or your email. You know, you use your login ID and password to access. Okay. After you log into the system, let's say as the system admin, you know, they can set up, for example, according to the organization structure, that they have a different department, so on and so forth. You know, so maybe they can set the department names like finance department, human resource department, so on and so forth, just according to their organization structure. Okay, and then they can create the user, how many users can access to the system, so on and so forth. Now, let's move on to the ISO document management system itself. So this is the main page of the NIIX ISO document management system. Here you can publish your quality policy. You know, in the traditional way, is normally you will have to print out the quality policy and then you hang it on the wall so that everybody can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah? And in the system here, when you log in to the main page, you can see what are the quality policy about. Here are the document bulletin is talking about if I send a document for you to review. When you access to the system, you can see very clear, saying that which document that I'm supposed to review and so on and so forth. And also here is the document bulletin, where task reminder, it is for you to send a notification or set the reminder to your colleagues what they're supposed to do, so on and so forth. For the announcement is for you to make announcement like, you know, hey, when is the next upcoming ISO audit, so on and so forth. Okay. Now, a lot of people, they concerned saying that, but if I'm using the system, what happens if another users go and amend my document or delete my document, you know. With that, we have the user management, right? For the user management here, we can, for example, let's say Adam. Adam here, we have set him as executive admin. By default, the security level of this executive admin allowed Adam to do anything that he wants. For example, to create the document, to send the to be the reviewer, to be the approval, so on and so forth. And let's say if we look at the general user, we need to set who can do what in the system. So as the general user, by default, is only able to view the document. Yeah, view the document, not even able to print the document and so on. As the second level, we call it supervisor. By default, the system allowed this person to view and to print out the document from his own department. Now, even though if the CEO, suppose we need to give him all the rights in the system, by giving him the executive admin, but maybe you worried that, hey, he accidentally went and deleted my document, so we can manually take out whatever access rights that we think is not necessary for him. Okay. So here are the 5 security levels available in the NIIX ISO document management system. You can either set it by default or you can manually change it. Now you can see the confidential folder here. It means that if a document is classified as confidential, for example, where it may involve some products formula, then you don't want everybody to see it and you want to control. So by giving this access to the confidential folder, you need to say that whether I have the authority to set the document as a confidential and whether I can share this confidential document with the selected colleagues only. Same thing for the email notification, whether we want these users to receive the email notification or not. So there are a few other settings for the admin side, but I think we can skip this in today's FB Live. The most important part is, for example, we want to look at the department list, like how many documents that you have for each department. From this page itself, we are able to see for the entire organization we have 99 documents. They are from finance department, HR department, and then they are from the job description, procedures, so on and so forth. Now, the good thing is this kind of information, they are being updated automatically once the document has been approved. So is that nice, Sophie?
It looks really nice and neat and very detailed presentation. Unfortunately,
and then,
do you have something else to
add?
Oh, okay.
When we move on to the next features, for example, you can look at the document master list, where here it will show you all the documents that have been approved and have been effective. Now, certain documents that have been approved but not yet effective, then they will be kept in the pending effective page. For example, here the document will be effective until December 10, 2020. So when come to this date, the system will automatically move this document to the document master list. Okay, so in the document master list, we will be able to see what are the procedures or the job description or the work instructions available for each department. They will be displayed according to the department. For example, here the job description, the procedure, and then their work instructions, so on and so forth. From here, you will be able to see, for example, the document name, the document number, the ISO clauses, and then what are the revision numbers, who prepared the document, who review, who approved the document, and the effective date of the document. Now, to view the document itself is so easy. You just click on the view button here. The document will be displayed. As you can see here, you can view the document within the screen itself. Okay, or you can view it in full screen. So to make it much clearer, right? And then here you can see that on the left hand side it gives you the information of the document, so on and so forth. And then, as you know, Sophie, in the ISO document implementation, there are a lot of cross-reference documents as we went through earlier. So any document that are interrelated between one and another with the main document, it will be displayed here at the reference document section here. So meaning to say, when I view the document, I can easily access to the cross-reference document. And then I can also access it to the supporting document as well. So for example, here is the reference document and so on. And the good thing is, we worried about people access to the wrong revision of the document. So by using the system, you can see that the system will always display the most latest revision number of the document here, revision number 2. The archive document, as required in the ISO document control, is you need to keep it in the record, and then you also need to make sure that nobody can access to it. But in any scenario that whoever need to access to the old document, then they are still available. So these features are all available in the system. And you can see that the document change record is also available here, right? You can see the revision number 1 is prepared by who, and then when was the document being revised to revision number 2, so on and so forth. So perhaps we move on to see another good features is we call it document report. Okay, for the document report here, we can see the complete document For example, it includes the old revision and then the authorized user, for example, the admin. They can set whether the old document can still be accessed or cannot be accessed by other users and so on. And here is the document status. For the document status, it gives you the information like what are the current status of the document, whether they have been approved or whether they are still pending for review, still pending for revise. So every single stage of the document will be displayed here. I think people may be concerned how to upload the document in the system, so perhaps I show that function.
Yes, please.
Okay, so for that, to create a new document, we go here. All right, first just need to key in, select which department that the document belongs to. Okay, and then select the category, for example, whether they are manual or JD or procedures, so on and so forth. And then we have the document name, perhaps this one is for, we can call it account payable. All right, and then you can key in the document number. And then you can select the document effective date. Now this one is optional. If you leave it empty, meaning to say that when you approve the document effective on the same day. Or you can approve the document in advance and then you select a later date for the effective date. Okay. And then here is the document expiry date. Certain company, they will they will set the document, how often they need to review the document or to see whether any update or any revision are required or not. Okay, so these are available as well. And then you just select whether the document is printable or not printable. And then you select the ISO standard. As we mentioned earlier, the NIIX ISO document management system allows you to manage either single or multiple ISO standards. Right? So in here you can see that with ISO 9001, but if you need to add on additional ISO standards, then the system can cater for that. Okay. So you select which ISO clause that this belongs to. And here that you can say whether the document is supposed to be accessed by all the employees or not, or by specific departments or specific user security levels, so on and so forth. Okay. Then we move on to attach the main document. Okay. So to attach the main document is very straightforward. Let's say this is your document that you're supposed to attach. Then it's just like how we attach the document in our email, or we upload the document to the system. It's very straightforward. And the good thing is system automatically convert the document to PDF format. Yeah. So you can upload the document in the format of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or directly in PDF format. Okay. And then if you have any supporting document in your ISO procedure or ISO manual, you can attach the supporting document. They can be in Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or any file format, even include video or audio and so on, to make it much easier for your colleagues to understand about the procedure itself. If you are able to include the video clips on how to carry out a task, so on and so forth. Okay, so for example here, and then if the documents are interrelated between one and another, as we all know, the ISO they are very common. Between one document and another, they are interrelated somehow. So we can just add on. How many documents that we want to set as the cross-reference document and so on. Okay. Then we just submit the document. And for example, the next steps, you can see that the system leads you to the next page. That is to select the reviewer who's supposed to review the document. Okay. So perhaps just like item B here. And then we can set if the document supposed to be reviewed by more than one reviewers, then you just select them at the same time. And once it's done, you select the review due date if you need to. Okay, and submit. Now, once the document has been submitted, system is automatically send email notification to the reviewer, as we mentioned earlier. So right here, so when Adam log into the system, he will be able to see here at the document bulletin saying that there is a document pending for review. You can also see that there have been some document pending for approval, so on and so forth. Okay, so Adam just need to click here, and he will be able to see the document that has been submitted to him earlier. For the review, you can enlarge the screen to view the document. Okay. And then Adam can look at the supporting document, the reference document, so on and so forth, and then set the comment. Let's say everything is fine. He just agreed, for example. If no suggestions, select yes. Okay, the document has been reviewed. And the system will automatically notify the process owner, okay, to say that, hey, okay, so here the process owner will access to the system and he will be able to see the document has been reviewed. Okay, and then you just need to click here. He will be able to see the comments given by the reviewers. So if not everything is fine, he just need to select, approval. This is the final steps. So let's say if he wants to send it to, okay, so here we will log in as so the final approval will log into the system, and then he will be able to see document is pending for approval. When the approval access to the system, same thing, there is a screen that he able to enlarge and view it, and then comments given by the reviewers, and here will be the comments. Maybe he said approve. He can either reject or approve the document. Let's say if everything is fine, just say, hey, I want to approve the document. So you can see that once the document has been approved, the system automatically update in the document master list to show that a new document has been approved. Here, account payable with the document that has been approved today. So these are the process. Of course, they can send for review, revise the document, so on and so forth. And there are a few other features like the document report, what document have been pending for review, so on and so forth. So there are a lot of features available in the system, and as I mentioned, they are developed according to the requirement of ISO document control. Yeah.
Wow. That's great time. Well, unfortunately, we will have to wrap up very soon. So
Yes.
we just have a few minutes left to go through the questions that we received. We will see the top three questions. The first one would be we will ask whether we have to print and sign the documents like the ISO procedure.
Oh, actually, it's not required. Traditional paper-based, yes, they have to print the document, sign it, to prove that the document has been reviewed and approved. But in the system, when you log into the system using the login ID and password, that is the replacement of the authentication of the document, to say that, hey, the document has been reviewed and approved. As long as there is the name of the approver is there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great. So you said it before, but one of the questions was, is the system accepted by the ISO audit bodies?
Yes, definitely. The ISO certification body, they are well accepted this document management system to be used in the ISO audit. Yeah.
Good. And last question, of course, is about the cost of this solution.
Yes, I think that is the concern from most of the audience, I think, and in the industry. You know, normally people would thought that, hey, the software must be very expensive, you know, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But I always say that, you know, NIIX ISO document management system, we offer the price at a very reasonable price. For example, we have the different packages, like we have the yearly subscription. You know, for the yearly subscription, it will allow the companies to implement the system at the much lower startup cost. You know, one user license is start with US dollar $3.95. Yeah, $3.95 per user per month. That is to be billed monthly. If the you pay by annually, you know, then the per user license is only US dollar $3.16. For our purchase package, you know, we start with 425 US dollar per user license. Yeah, so you can see that the price is very reasonable if you compare to any other ISO software in the industry. You know, and we also do our part, you know, for those as our corporate social responsibility, the CSR. So for non-profit organizations, we will offer them up to 80% of the cost. So, and I think earlier we were talking about...
Yes, we had promised you something at the end of the session. So, Tan, can you tell us what we will give to our viewers today?
So definitely, for those who participated in our FB Live today, or whoever that you have shared today, and if they subscribe to the system today, either in a monthly basis or in a yearly basis, we give them extra 2 months for free to implement the system for 2 months subscription, free of charge. So if you subscribe for 1 month, you get extra 2 months, meaning to say that you pay for 1 month, you can use it for 3 months. You pay for 1 year, you can use it for 13 months. Yes.
Oh, sounds good to me. So I guess we will have to wrap up our session now. We will compile all the questions that we got and answer you, and we will contact you again for with all our details. So please don't forget to send us your email through PM or through the comments. And we hope you have a better understanding now how the document management system like NIIX ISO DMS can assist you and have a better method to manage your ISO standard document control. So thank you very much for viewing. Please note our offer for today only. If you subscribe, you have 2 months free. And thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tan.
Thank you, Sophie, and thank you, everyone.